T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi, my name is Doug. I'm the president of Guardians of the Purple Heart, and we are a 501c3 approved nonprofit organization based here in southeastern Connecticut that specializes in obtaining items or services for Connecticut combat wounded veterans that aren't being met by other organizations like the VA. So what we like to think is where the VA or these other establishments have to leave off because of their corporate red tape and limitations, we can come in behind them and fulfill these needs by reaching out to the community, working with our vast network of supporters, and just coming together as a whole and supporting these Purple Heart recipients and improving their overall quality of life. A lot of people ask us how do they get involved and how do they join in on the fun with us. A lot of things you could do. Follow us on Facebook, #1, Instagram, Twitter. Go to our website at gotph.org. You can send donations, send us a message. Spread the word of what we're doing. All the Connecticut Purple Heart recipients, we are out there trying to make a difference in their lives. So please give us a hand and join in on the fun.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit BigBellyCafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, has been a staple in the area since 1993 and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit Reedy'sArchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer. Wolf Aviation Network is the only flight school in the area utilizing the Airwolf Simulator AATD and the specialized Part 61 training program designed to save students money while increasing safety and efficiency. Creating safe pilots is our first priority. Our flight sim is the perfect training device. It is designed to prepare students adequately before taking flight in our aircraft. Fly with us and save money. Wolf Aviation. Reserve your spot at 413-563-1929 and visit wolfaviationnetwork.com.
to meet your maker, Mystic Ray.
There are times when you run into the fire, and times when it's up to you to bring it. I know, we're the ones who bring it. We're TACPs, what our enemies fear most. No matter what we face, we have the advantage.
Proceed, Charlie 5.
Because we know what's coming.
Let your flight clear talk.
Copy. We'll take it from here.
We bring the full power of the U.S. Air Force to the fight.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Fubar Studios. I'm your host, Doug. And so today we are going to be talking about a few of the things that just really piss me off and get me going with all this stuff regarding, the VA and everything, and how it approves so much stuff, but then when it comes to the people that need it, they don't approve of it. And this is what pisses me off and what really gets me going, knowing that the reason why they're so slow and why they're not approving so many things, when our veterans really need it, it's these individuals who take advantage of our government with the VA and ruin it for everybody. They ruin it so bad that it's crazy that they are doing this. And I look at it, and there's been so many different individuals that have been taking advantage of this stuff and really just putting a damper to it. And it's just absolutely absurd because, again, there's people that are doing it are sometimes they're veterans. For instance, there's a gentleman that was up in New Hampshire who was, pretty much extorting the VA out of hundreds and thousands of dollars. He was a teacher to kids that were saying, pretty much just teaching the kids, and it's sad because it's like, wait, what was he teaching? If he's doing this himself and, stealing money from veterans, yes, he was a veteran himself. Okay, I get it. But again, he was deceiving the VA to get benefits. Saying that he was in a wheelchair, that he's in a wheelchair and he can't walk, and he needs a mobility chair, he needs all this stuff, and it's sick and demented that this person's doing it. He doesn't need a wheelchair. He wasn't put into a wheelchair. He's getting out and walking. He was just using this wheelchair to be able to go back and forth into the VA to see a doctor and deceiving a doctor of all things. And again, this is what it comes down to, is that, I'm not trying to, break someone's balls on this, but, they're allowing people to go ahead and do this stuff, and it's crazy, and this is where it kind of gets to me, that this is why we need actual doctors, not med students, overseeing this stuff. Because again, this is where I look at it and say, well, if we had just another doctor that was overseeing all this stuff, and it was seeing everything, the doctor might have picked it up. But this is a med student that is seeing this. And there's nothing wrong with a med student, learning and getting this stuff, but allowing them to do a lot of this. And I'm not saying that it's the med student's fault, but it comes down to it that it really goes right back onto them, and it's sad. But again, it's these sick individuals that think, that it's okay for them to go ahead and do this stuff. But, in the long term, it's down to the VA, and then this is what backlogs the VA with things, because how are they supposed to know if every claim is true when we have these individuals that do it? You had the Sarah girl down in Rhode Island who really deceived everybody, worked at the VA, never was a veteran in her life, didn't serve a day in her life, but she's a post commander. She is working at the VA. She's getting VA disability. And where's the oversight? What the hell is going on? This is crazy. It's nonsense. And it really pisses me off seeing this and hearing about it. And it's like, really, this is where, when you see veterans that are in need of help and they're not getting it, you look at yourself and say, well, the VA did what they did. They allowed these other individuals who, one, may have been a veteran, two, might have, never seen combat, or, never had any kind of injury related to them in the service, and now you're holding other veterans up that have the documentations, have everything, on their DD-214 or in their personnel file or whatnot, and they're not getting the help, but you're approving these other ones who never saw a day of combat in their life, only served, and I'm not knocking anybody for that, but you're approving them, and they're getting hundreds and thousands of dollars, but the veteran that needs it is not getting a damn thing. Then you have a person who is never signed up, never went to MEPS, never went to basic, never went to, boot camp or anything like that, and you give her benefits. You're never going to see that money back again. The government's just going to write it off. It's like anything else. It's like, they pulled the wool over your eyes, and they got away with it. And you're never going to see that money again. But a problem is, you're not helping veterans. The veterans that do need the help, that do need, these repairs at home so they can get their wheelchair through the doors. Or, for instance, there was a gentleman who his wife left. He had the kids. Both legs gone, and he has to go up and down all these flights of stairs to get into his basement or get into certain areas of his house. His wheelchair doesn't go through all the doors in the house, and he needs help. And then the VA just drags their feet with anything. And you think to yourself, wow, they've done nothing. And then they've got to count on organizations, like the Guardians of the Purple Heart, the Boston Wounded Vet Run, Homeland Heroes Foundation, Swim with a Mission, even now with mine, with the Track Day for Veterans. So it's like you look at it and you're like, you got to count on these individual groups that do it, or even the motorcycle groups that are Nom Knights, Rolling Thunder, that do benefit rides, stuff like that. Combat vets. You've got knuckle draggers. You've got the American Legion riders. And the list goes on. And I'm not remembering everybody because it's a long list that are willing to step up and help. But VA needs to really think about this and be able to go and look at it and say, hey, who are these individuals that that are scamming us, and who are these individuals that are not? They need to be able to process this and be able to have someone overseeing this, and not just have doctors who really, med students just reviewing these things. Again, and you got outside sources that do some of the reviews of everything, who doesn't really look into everything, and it's kind of weird. It's where you look at it and you're like, and look at it and say, what the heck, what the heck is going on? Why, who are these? Here's all their documentations. Here's, everything you need to see, but be able to process all that so that, you're able to see it, and not just have to say, okay, we'll prove these 600, but, deny these 600, or whatever their method is. It's I don't know a lot about how they're doing it, but it seems like the ones that are scamming the system and are getting approved. But the ones that do need it, there's a lot of them that are not getting approved. And it's very crazy that they have this going on, and excuse me, and they're just not able to do it. It's very crazy, and then I just don't understand how this happens, but that it does. And again, it's the guy that was out in New Hampshire was Christopher. What was it? Christopher Schultz, 49. He finally pled guilty to it, which is good in one part, but still, he scammed over $500,000 from the VA. $500,000. Okay. and that's not just, you know, he scammed that over them, but which is, I mean, the total dollar amount is what they figured is $662,871.77. But that's not any local charities that may have donated money to him, which they raised from, anybody in and around that area. So, this just took place, and he's 49 years old, So that just tells you it's very crazy that these individuals are doing it, and that they are allowing people to do this, and just allowing them to be able to get away with it. And I just don't understand why or how they're doing this. But as I'm just reading into it, it's absolutely it's crazy. Again, there was another individual that was down in Florida, down in Tampa, that sentenced a gentleman by the name of Barry Hoover, 51 years old, defrauded the VA out of $429,568.09. Again, and that was just, he pled guilty finally December 3rd of 21. Again, this is where, if you go back and you start looking at things, and just read through it, it's like, it's very crazy. Another person, is, let's see, was that Saren wow, the hell was her last name? Kovac or something like that. But another person who scammed, was that lady who worked in the VA, or the government, and she scammed like over $105 million. $105 million. Yeah. Again, it's another gentleman, Philip Abon, 57. He defrauded the largest post 9/11 GI Bill. He fraudulently obtained more than $32 million in tuition payments through the VA. During that same period, VA paid him more than $72 million in educated-related government benefits. Millions. That's what? $104 million. $104 million. It's sad that you can go through this, and this really pisses me off to know this, and then, you get other people who, Donald Maxfield, Arkansas, he only got away with, I think, with $22,000 or so, give or take, which they caught that in a pretty quick turnaround. So it wasn't as intense as a lot of other people, but he was he still took money that didn't belong to him, and it's absolutely absurd that these people get away with it and certain people don't get away with it, which is good, because they need to be able to stop things like that. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink. No, this is dry, scratchy throat. Went yet the other day to watch Bob Marley, a comedian over at Foxwoods. So I was laughing so friggin' hard. If you haven't seen that guy, whew, he's a character. It's something that we need to, the government needs to look into it and be able to look at it and be able to say, all right, what the heck is, what the heck can we do? So again, it was Sarah Kofferneck, and it looks like is what I'm reading. It's like over $250,000 in VA benefits. $250,000. We're looking at this, and it's like that's a lot of money. Again, for veterans that are not even getting approved for it, and getting these denials, where then they have to go, for veterans that do need it, they have to go through a process of, contesting it and saying, I don't think this is correct. I need to, be able to have it reevaluated. You have to jump through hoops by providing more information. I know a lot of guys that don't have, any more than what they've already provided. I know a lot of people that, again, they go through the records department and be able to pull any more. A lot of guys that I know, they didn't keep copies of everything, of every document that they have that they go through. And it's like, you think to yourself and you say, what the hell else can I provide? What else can I do? And some guys just lose the battle with, at that point with, PTSD. And I've known guys that have done it, that have became, part of the 22 a day. And it's very sad. And I look at it and look at myself, and I'm like, what else can I do to help? And again, that's why I've helped other organizations out, done other stuff, started my organization that, I try to help these guys to keep their mind off of the negative and try to, get them into, certain things so they can feel more out and about and keep their mind off of the negative. And then, as we're there, right, it's like when I bring them to the racetrack, it's like, okay, is there stuff that you're looking for? Hey, is there an item, like, is there bedding you need? Is there food you need? Okay, well, you got Bob who runs Project New Hope, that's down in Worcester. You've got Project New Hope that is over in Westfield. So you got a bunch of pantries. Okay, you've got another Michelle who is, or Stephanie, who is with the MVOC over in Gardner. You also have Julie Weymouth, who is up in New Hampshire with Homeland Heroes Foundation. They have certain things they have. Again, it's stuff that's out there. I have another gentleman who I'm going to be having on, which we just had on, MSG retired. and he's another veteran, United States Army. I've met him through some of the stuff that he does, does, and again, it's sad, and he knows so many different stories. It's like if you didn't watch the episode, watch it. But he knows so many different individuals that defraud and are phony balonies. They're up to their chest, if not over their head, in crap. And it's crazy that he's done this. He's done his stuff, and it's crazy of the people that he's brought out, and it's nuts. But it's out there. But the problem is, it really irritates me that people take advantage of the government, and they go and just they do so much, and which it brings me into a whole nother thing, which is with this whole illegal immigrants and everything. It's very, very it's very, very crazy.
We need to build a wall, and it has to be built quickly.
So true. Again, we need to build a wall. We need to be able to stop this craziness right now, because as I was taught and how I was brought up, is that we need to take care of our own. This, I was told when I was younger, is if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. Take care of yourself first, then you can help and take care of others. So what does that mean, you ask? Well, that means America needs to take care of its own citizens first. Once we take care of our own citizens, then you can help and take care of others. We're giving millions and billions of dollars away, and it's very absurd that we can't take care of our own. And I'm in a state where we just keep saying, come on in. We're going to kick people out of their facilities that, like schools and stuff, and say, we're going to house the veterans, or we're going to house these illegal immigrants before we house our veterans. Wait, isn't that kind of messed up? Abso-friggin-lutely. That is totally 100% messed up. And Maura Healy, I ask you to tell me, why is it so more important to house these immigrants, these illegal immigrants, and provide them with food stamps, housing, and everything else, driver's license, before our homeless and our own homeless veterans? Answer me that. Tell me how that's more important. If you can come on to this show and tell me that it's more important to do that than it is to do anything else for our veterans or our own homeless people, I'd love to hear your answer on this. You know, it's America. He says it itself. America. We are United States of America. First word, united. But you know what? We're not united. We're not. We are divided with a capital D. That's what we are. That's exactly who we are, and I just don't understand it. It needs to be
America first.
America first before anybody else. That's what I'm trying to tell people. America first. This flag right here. Once you take care of us, once you take care of your own, then you can help others. Until then, we need to just be able to go back and say, build that wall to go ahead and take care of this, because it's just that simple.
We need to build a wall, and it has to be built quickly.
Yep. So true. So true. So true. So true. You know, it's the way it really is. You know, it's the way it really is.
Because our leaders are stupid. Our politicians are stupid.
Maura Healy calling you out. It's so true. So true. You know, New York, for instance, New York. This is how bad it is. They are having these illegal immigrants come in, and they're causing so much problems. And again, these individuals are being brought up on charges day after day, day after day, day after day after day, and it's nuts. They don't care. There's a reason why, you know, they're causing problems, is because they're a problem child. You know, seven or eight illegal immigrants beat up on 2 officers. And really? These are the type of people you want? You want these people, you want these kind of individuals coming in and living in the U.S.? You want to help them out? Help them out? Send them back. That's what's going to help them out. It's not today. Get out. We're not going to put up with this.
Bullshit.
We're not. You know, we don't need to put up with it. We need to go and just move on with the stuff and just literally take care of our own. Until we can take care of our own, then it's just the way it, you know, it's just going to be chaos. It's going to be absolutely chaos, and you really don't know what else is going to happen. You know, we have fraudulent people making, you know, fake claims to the VA, taking disability money away from other veterans that are in need of it. You know, you have our politicians and everybody else allowing these immigrants to come in, illegal immigrants to come in the wrong way, and saying, here you go, come live here, we'll put you up in housing. You know, the Vermont government, they're building houses and putting them up in these houses, saying, yep, you can live here rent free for the next 2 years. Wait, so you have money to put illegal immigrants up in housing for 2 years, but you can't do that to our veterans? If a veteran tries to apply for, you know, low-income housing, You know, they had to declare their VA benefits and say that money right there is what I get, and then I also make $20,000, you know, in wages. Okay, so now you say a rough number, $34,000 as a single parent, you know, with say 2 kids. You make too much money for low income, so we're not going to help you. Do you realize $32,000 or $34,000 is not enough to survive on? That's nuts. Because you got gas that's cost you $3.05 a gallon, you know, $3.15 national average. Let's go with the national average, because that's how everybody else wants to go by. You know, we'll go with, you know, a gallon of milk, $4, $4.50. You know, you try to take care of, you know, feeding your family for the week, you know, it's going to run you $200-300. You know, now you need daycare for one of the, you know, for the children, because someone's got to pick the kids up, you know, and put them on the bus and get them off the bus and watch them until you get home, you know. So by the end of the day, it's like, you know, what you're making is not enough. Now you got to go work a second job. Well, what is that second job going to do? What is that second job going to pay you? Okay, you're going to make another, say, $10,000. You're paying that right back. And then the government says, yeah, well, end of the year, here comes the taxes. You made more than what, you know, more money than what you know, really should have paid more in taxes. So let's take money back from you and say you owe us another $4,000 or another $3,000. So now you owe the government more money, and it's just a vicious cycle. Then it costs money to further your education, you know, say if you're not a veteran, you don't have, you know, the chapter 15, or 31, chapter 31 I think it is. So now, you know, you don't have that option. So now you got to pay for your education to get a higher degree, to then hopefully get into another job, which still is not going to pay you anywhere near what you really need, because then it's going to put you back to upside down. So, you know, we have these, you know, these issues, and it's just nuts.
Because our leaders are stupid. Our politicians are stupid.
Because that's what it comes down to, is our leadership and our politicians are completely ignorant and stupid. You know what they do? Government shuts down, they still get paid. Government shuts down, they still get their health care. You know, they all get private security if they want it. They can have someone that's going to carry a gun for them. You know, because it's going to be a person more than likely, you know, like myself, you know, a veteran, or they're going to be prior law enforcement. You know, so they're going to have something like that. So if an illegal immigrant comes and tries to rob them or break into their house, they're going to have security. Not us Americans. So it comes down to it that we really need to look at this and say, what can we do? Well, what we need to do, and what we need to do as Americans, is first off, get back to being united and stop being divided. Get your heads out of your behinds, okay, and start putting our brain back to being, you know, common sense. Because common sense has gone out the window. Okay? Secondly, don't let our government dictate our rights. We need to drain the swamp. I don't care what else you wanted to call it. Drain the swamp, get rid of these politicians that just cannot do the work that we're asking them to do. You know, get rid of these people. It's the bottom line. Get rid of them and be able to put people that are into this power, like John Marcy, who is there for, you know, the constituents of, you know, where I live. You know, he's there for the people. He's there. You know, he's gonna fight for us. You know, and not have people who are not there to work for us. You know. And then we need to get rid of the problem of illegal immigrants in the country. They need to do it needs to be done the right way. We don't need to separate families, but we need to get the immigrants out of here, the illegal immigrants, not just immigrants. Because myself, I'm Portuguese, okay? But my family did it the right way. You know, why is it so hard to, you know, do it the right way? So we need to put that wall up. We need to know who's coming into our country legally. Okay? And we need to really look at it and be able to take care of our own. That's what we need to do. Once we can take care of our own and stop the people that are, you know, that are hungry here in our country, stop the hunger, stop the homelessness, get rid of these damn drugs that, you know, that are hitting our streets and killing our kids, killing our friends or family. Get rid of all that. Stop it. You know? Don't be like Oregon and just say, okay, well, you know, minimum amounts of crystal meth is fine. We're just gonna write you a ticket, and you just go on your merry way. Get them off the drugs altogether. Put them into a program. The government needs to put them into a program and get them off the drugs. Okay, get them into a work release program to where they can learn a trade. Don't just dump them onto the street after they, you know, go into rehab or into jail. Get them into a program. Teach them a trade. Get them to be to understand being a member of society. You know, that's what it is. You know, we need to spend billions of dollars here in the U.S., not printing money and giving it off out to Saudi Arabia or, you know, Indonesia and all these other countries. This is where we need to take care of ourselves. You know, I want to leave you with this, and I want you to really think about it. You know, what's more important? What is more important? Our citizens here in the U.S. or other citizens from other countries that are pouring in here by the thousands? Our citizens that are homeless, that are numbers into the thousands, hundreds of thousands of individuals, or citizens that are coming in from other countries. Who's more important? That's what I'm going to leave you here with today. Till next time. I'll see you guys later.
Shut up!
You suck!
Stop, in the name of all that which does not suck.
Thanks for watching Fubar Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Please make sure to check out the Fubar Studios on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and visit the website at fubarstudio.com. Fubar Studios is a Sinista1 Production.